Welcome back to the Moving Forward podcast. You already know what time it is, man. You're rocking with your host, Flo Bomber. Big shout out to Chit Chat. You know what I mean? She came through,
Yeah, I saw that.
did a thing. You seen that one?
I saw that.
Big shout out to King Streets. We damn near viral again. You know what I'm saying? I love King Streets, bro. He doing his fucking thing. He tore down the no rap, what's his name? No Rap Money Ox show a couple weeks ago. Tore it up. I missed him because I had to go to Casey to experience the Brooklyn Grammys, which was dope.
Yeah, how was that?
Maybe next year you could pull up.
Yeah,
Get some tickets for you to pull up because I know next year gonna be crazy. Big shout out to Casey, man. Today is a special episode. It ain't no industry talk. It ain't no gossip. It's real talk. It's things that's going on in our community right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully after y'all hear this episode, y'all know how to go about it, who to call, which way to, the signs of an abusive partner and, and just to walk away. Because in a lot of times I was reading some things that people that be abused always go back to the abuser.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Either they go back, they find reasons not to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with some type of weird comfort in their head to make them believe everything is okay.
Right.
And they stay. So all types of excuses. Financial, emotional, mental is always something.
Kids.
Kids is a big one. They want to keep the family together. I grew up without my father. I want my baby to have her dad in her life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even pets, okay? Even pets. Bitch,
I never heard that
I'm
one.
keeping a dog. No, pets is a big one.
Mm.
I'm keeping a dog. They use that against you. Women don't like to split from their pets. Sometimes that's their baby.
Nah, for real. I got a cat that I love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And every female that see this cat, they scared of the cat because he big. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. Let the world know your name and where you from.
My name is Justine. Everybody knows me as Gooch. I'm originally from Southside Jamaica, Queens, but I grew up in East Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
So more so of a Harlem girl. I could say I'm a little popular. I'm a little somebody out here.
That's a
nobody,
big deal. That's a big deal. That's a famous nobody.
Famous nobody.
So you did a little time.
I did 9 years.
You did 9 years. Do you want to tell us what you did the time for? And welcome home, by the way.
Thank you.
Because you just coming home, what, like
6 months ago.
6 months ago. You fresh off the press.
Fresh out.
You still like you still probably take showers with your panties on.
What? No. Listen, I didn't come home with certain things. I knew to take my slippers off before I got in that shower. Okay? The panties is off too.
All right.
But yeah, no, I'm very transparent. You know, everything is public record. But I blew trial, and I was sentenced to 15 years for manslaughter, domestic violence situation. One stab wound, and my life changed in the blink of an eye. Me defending myself, my daughter's father. Yeah, it was a very, very long journey. I sat on Rikers Island for 3 years, and I fought.
All right, wait, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
Let's rewind time to the very beginning before this happened. Okay. The person that lost their life was your daughter's father.
Yes.
Now, you got kids with this you have a child with the guy, right? Okay. Let's talk about like in the beginning. Like how was it in the beginning? Was he always abusive? And rest in peace to the man that lost his life. We have to pay respect to him.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want the family to feel disrespected in any way.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
I don't want, and I also want to be respectful to your daughter because this will go out.
I know.
Right?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But no, in the beginning, it started off cool. My daughter's father was a lot older than me. So there was a lot of differences, a lot of he was stuck in his ways at the time. He was stuck in his ways. I was young. I was still stuck in my ways. But we had a lot of fun together. And everything all fell together so fast. Like I met him, we dated, I moved in, I was pregnant. Everything just happened so quick, back to back.
You moved in with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old was the? How old was
the age gap?
Yeah.
The age gap, 27 years.
And what you was what?
I was 22, and my baby daddy was 49.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a sugar daddy?
No.
He was a sugar daddy?
No, he wasn't a sugar daddy.
Like how that?
Sugar daddy. I was introduced.
You was 22.
I was 22.
Fresh out of high school.
If that's how you want to put it. I wasn't really fresh out of high school. I was outside. I was in them streets. You know, we had mutual friends, and there was this one homegirl. Her name is irrelevant. She introduced us. And he was waiting to meet me, honestly. So once she initiated the link, that was it. It was like a long time waiting to happen. And he cuffed me up, and
it was his young John, PYT.
Yeah, I was his deuce.
Okay.
22, he used to call me his deuce. So yeah, but like I said, in the beginning it was cool. Started off cool. There were little signs that I didn't pay attention to.
Do you like to speak about it? Because the woman that's going to tune in want to know your signs, because maybe they're going through the same thing. Maybe there's another young female out there that's dating someone that's 27 years older than her that's going through something that don't know the signs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, I will say this, in the beginning of a relationship, if you notice the control, cell phone, you want to go through the cell phone, you want to see my cell phone, somehow you find a way to get in my cell phone. The emotional, sometimes it'll start off with emotional abuse. You know, he's staying out late at night, you calling the phone, you're not getting an answer. Come home the next morning and he'll tell you whatever.
Because now you living with him.
Yes.
So now he got you. He's
in control.
He's in control. So where was your parents at this time, may I ask?
My my mother at this time, she was around. She was going through her own thing. And my dad, he was in Brooklyn. He didn't really say too much.
So nobody wanted to know where Justine was at?
Everybody knew where I was at.
And they didn't care that this guy was 49 years old?
No, they didn't. You know why? Because
why? Because you was grown?
I had nobody said anything. I had one aunt who made a comment. But yeah, nobody said anything, and it may have been because I was grown.
Where was his family at? Where was his family?
Because he got some family here. He got some family in the South. Oh, trust me, I got it bad from the aunts and the mother. I was grilled when we first got together because I showed up to an event and they was just like, "How old are you?"
Did he have children at the time?
Yes, he did.
Did he have a baby mother, like somewhere, ex-wife somewhere?
Yeah. A baby mother, ex-wife. Yeah, they weren't together, but.
So from that relationship, he just pulled up with the young joint.
My baby father was all over the place. My baby father picked any age over 18 that he wanted. That's it. If he wanted 22, if he wanted 49, he was just that type of dude.
Okay, so you continue on. We're just talking about the abusive traits and stuff.
The signs. Yes, definitely. So I would say don't ignore that emotional abuse. The signs always, they usually show in the beginning. They'll be very minor. And if a woman is not paying attention or if she's turning the other cheek to it, then it's going to escalate. So like I said, all that staying out at night, not answering the phone, you come home next morning and you just give any story that you want to give, things of that nature. The phone was definitely a big thing.
So he didn't trust you or something while he was going through your phone, or was it
Obviously
his trust
not.
issues because he
Yeah,
was doing his thing?
obviously
So how
not.
many times?
We had just got together, so it wasn't really.
How long was y'all together before
He went through
this
my phone.
tragic? No.
Oh,
Before this tragic
2
event happened.
years.
So y'all was with. So y'all basically just met each other.
Yeah, we were fresh. We had only known each other for 2 years.
And he
I've
already.
known of him for a while, and he's known of me, but we only knew each other 2 years.
Okay, so when did things started taking a spiral? Because you saying you only knew him for 2 years, so pretty much you probably was pregnant when this was going on.
Yeah, I got pregnant at the beginning of the relationship. About 4 or 5 months in, I was pregnant.
Then you decided to keep the child. I see.
Yes, yeah, I decided to keep my baby. It got worse through the pregnancy, and that's another thing. Like, I don't know. You're home, you're pregnant, way down, and then the men want to go and do their own thing. So a lot of times, throughout my pregnancy, I spent alone.
So you basically was learning this person that you wish that you never met. At the same time, you had a baby growing inside of you.
Yes.
So it's like,
and,
damn.
Yeah, and that right there, that's kind of a crazy feeling, because for me, it was like, damn if I do and damn if I don't. I had no intentions on aborting my child. None at all. I couldn't. I was having complications prior, couldn't get pregnant. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was keeping it. Then on top of that, we were still at the beginning of the relationship, so I pushed everything aside. Like, oh.
Did he say did he ever give you any signs that he didn't want to have a child with you?
No, not at all. He was very happy when I sent him that pregnancy test. He was very happy.
Okay.
But shit, I done forgot what I was saying.
No, you were saying how you was growing, you was pregnant, and you was learning this person that you didn't want to be with.
And then yes, that's what I was saying. It's the beginning of a relationship, so I'm still trying to give the benefit of the doubt. And I was young. I was feeling myself. I was like, oh, I got this older nigga taking care of me. I'm lit. Anything I want, I could get. I had that ignorant mentality at that age, because I knew better, but that's what I chose at that time. That's what I chose. And some people, well, not some people, there was one person who threw it out there to Harlem that I was an opportunist, which was crazy to me, because when I met my daughter's father, I was getting money.
Okay.
So it all just happened really, really quick. And from the outside looking in, everybody thought everything was all good, and a few months in, people started to notice some things. And I just wish I would have listened to the sarcasm about the age, or the sarcasm about what he's out in the streets doing. You know what I'm saying? Or the things that I've seen myself. Had I paid attention to that, I would have did, and things wouldn't have turned out how they turned out. Now my daughter's growing up without her father. His other daughters, are growing up without their father. And all of this could have been avoided had I paid attention to those signs.
We going to get into that. I just want to just go through the steps.
Okay.
Okay, so when did this night happen? Or morning?
You can say night.
And what led to it? Let's talk about what led to it.
All right. Well, we can't get into all of that because I'm home, but the fight is not over.
What you mean the fight is not over?
I'm going back to court. I came home on a domestic violence resentencing, but I have a lot of technicalities in my case, so I'm going back to court.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I don't want that. Like, I don't want to.
It's all right. I didn't say anything I wasn't supposed to say.
All right, so you can't talk about what happened.
I'm not going to talk about what happened, no.
Okay, so what happened though?
It was a fight. It was a fight. My daughter's father was wilding. He was upset about something, and he thought that I was doing something that I wasn't doing, and
what, cheating on them, stealing money, about to set them up? Like, let's talk about it. We gotta talk about it, just please.
He thought me and the girl was fucking. I wasn't fucking that girl. It was a third party involved.
But why would he be mad if you was fucking a girl?
Because it was a whole situation. We made an agreement to leave that demon bitch alone.
So y'all was fucking with her together?
Yes.
Oh, so y'all was like in a poly. So
no,
you ain't saying everything.
We wasn't in a poly. We not gonna call it that.
You were doing your thing with her.
She was just somebody that was coming over and we was having a good time.
Y'all was having fun with her.
Yes. That's it. And then at the end of it, we agreed we're gonna leave this demon bitch alone. Things transpired.
Why do you call her a demon?
Because she's a rat. She told on me. She took the stand on me. That's why.
On this case.
Yes.
So no one knew that this happened? What do you mean she took the stand on you?
They knew. She was there though, but people knew as soon as it happened.
Oh, so it was another person there when this happened?
Yes.
Okay, and this happened because of her?
No. It happened because my daughter's father assumed something that wasn't happening.
Okay. So he was wilding and you wound up stabbing him.
We not gonna say it just like that. No.
You were swinging and you accidentally.
Things got out of control. I was trying to protect myself. All I wanted was to stop being hit on. That was it. And
was this the first time? This wasn't the first time you was hit on?
No.
Is it a police report of you calling the police on him?
Yes.
So what happened when you called the police on him the first time?
When the police came, I lied. I called them, and they came, and they asked for all this information. He was already gone.
And you said, no, forget it.
Yes. I gave the wrong name. I said, he don't have this, he don't have that. They asked all these questions. Social media, best friend, drive, what's his phone number? I said, no. And
what year was this? I'm sorry, I was supposed to been asked you this.
This was 2015.
This 2015. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is another mistake a lot of women do. They will call the cops. And sometimes they call the cops and go through the whole procedure, get the guy arrested.
Yeah.
But won't follow through with it, won't go to court, and the next thing you know, she's laid up with the same guy she got. He'll go to he'll go to Central Booking.
Yes.
He'll come home from Central Booking, because she won't go to court. She'll come home from Central, he'll come home from Central Booking and go straight back to her house. Mm-hmm. Be laying in the bed with her while the DA is calling her phone, like, is he around? And she's lying, like, no, he don't come around. The DA keep calling, like, so what's going on? Are you okay? Is he telling you not to say anything?
I've heard.
And she like, no, but the guy's staying right there next to him in the bed.
Yeah. I've heard plenty of those stories, but that didn't happen for me. I didn't want to get him in no trouble. I didn't. When I called the cops that night, I was upset. So
your daughter was about at this time, a couple months maybe?
11 months.
All right.
11 months. But yeah, I never wanted him to get in trouble. And that night, things just escalated really quick. And this is what I always tell women. Anything can happen like in the blink of an eye. And if you could walk away from it, walk away. Walk away. That's what I will say. That's what I would say. Because if I could go back to that night, I would have been in Harlem with my people who told me to come to Harlem. Or I would have been uptown with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I wanted to stay put that night. I wanted to stay home. And shit just got real crazy.
I'm sorry you got to relive this, but this is something I told you that we was going to speak about it. I know you probably don't want to relive this stuff and bring him back.
I don't mind talking about it. It's a part of my story. I've been talking about it and reliving this for 9 years. But some things I just can't tell you right now because I told you I'm still...
At least on while the cameras is rolling.
Exactly. While the cameras is rolling. Everything is not for everybody.
I wish you
a lot of people been waiting for this story. A lot of people been waiting to hear my side of the story. And again, I don't mind telling it, but
well, I'm happy.
I just can't tell you everything.
I'm happy you came here to let it out.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy.
Thank you for having me.
So
I definitely want to spread that awareness. Domestic violence is very serious. And I'm not going to sit here and say it goes one way because domestic violence goes both
women
ways.
do it to men as well.
Women do it to men as well. And it goes both ways. And I don't want anybody to feel like I use this platform to shit on my baby father. Nothing. It's nothing like that. All of this is domestic violence awareness. And that's where I'm at in my life.
Right.
That's what I want to get into anyway.
And this is where we going with this. So you said that you was something happened with trial.
Trial was disgusting.
Okay. What happened?
Okay, so for one,
was you arrested right there?
No, I wasn't arrested right there. I turned myself in a few days later.
Okay, so when the cops came, you dipped.
I was
you was nervous
before the cops came.
Did he pass it? What's your baby's father's name?
His name is Darren.
Darren?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say Mr. Darren, Mr. D. Pause. Did Darren pass?
Mr. Darren.
Did Darren pass away in the house?
No, Darren didn't pass away in the house. Darren passed away in the ambulance. Had they been there a little sooner, he probably would still be alive.
This happened in Brooklyn?
This happened in the Bronx.
In the X? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got your clothes and you left.
I left.
So your mother and the third party stayed with Darren. Mm-hmm. When did you find out that he didn't make it?
The next morning.
Who called you and told you?
I called somebody and found out.
You called your mother?
No, it wasn't my mother. I called a friend that lived in the building.
A mutual friend of both of y'all?
Yes, yeah. Who I knew would know.
Okay, so when you found out that he didn't make it, did you turn yourself in that day or
no?
You had to
later
because you was free a few weeks later.
No, a few days later. I only ran for the weekend.
You was nervous. I'm pretty sure you was scared. You ain't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I was really trying to get a lawyer before I turned myself in. Okay. I didn't want to step in to a public defender. And absolutely, I was very nervous. I was 24 years old. Ain't no shit like this ever happened. You know, I've been in the streets, I've been around, but I'm not that person.
Yeah.
That's not me. And it was life-changing. It was a life-changing moment. So it was a lot that I was going through. I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know who was looking for me. I thought it was a manhunt for me. I didn't know where my mother was. I didn't know where my kid was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot going on for me that weekend. It was very, very heavy. And then most of all, the fact that my daughter's father is gone. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, now I'm sitting here, I'm asking all these questions, like, what the fuck just happened? How did this happen? Like, trying to
relive it.
Make myself go back in the time like that was possible, you know? And of course, you know, that's not a thing. So it took me a minute to sit and process that shit. Like, wait, you know, and it was different. I don't even know how to explain that feeling.
Okay, so now you're in court.
Yeah.
You turn yourself in, you go through the process, you're in court now.
Yeah, so in the beginning they charged me with criminally negligent homicide.
What is that? Explain that.
Criminally negligent homicide is actually one of the lowest elements of manslaughter. I believe it's the E felony.
That's like similar to like a self-defense?
No, criminally negligent homicide means
playing with a gun.
Yes, it went off and you killed somebody.
Okay,
you didn't mean to, but your actions, you know, did that.
Okay.
And then a few days later, a few weeks, I can't remember, my charges is trumped up. Now I'm sitting there, murder in the second degree, manslaughter in the first, and criminal possession of a weapon.
Okay, now, what was the reason the charges got trumped up to that?
More than likely, it was after the investigation.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, that first night, they go off the phone call, what happened and what they assume happened. But once the investigation goes through and the criminal report comes out, then those charges that's going to grand jury, those charges is on that paperwork.
So obviously, if the charges was trumped up, that means the third party must be went in the interrogation room and said something.
Oh yeah, that bitch was talking as soon as it happened.
Yeah, but what obviously is on paper. What she said, you could get the transcripts. What did she say that made them want to trump up your charges?
I mean, she said a whole bunch of bullshit. She lied from beginning to end. She told, I can't even say she told what happened because she didn't tell what happened. She lied, and then she pretty much made it look like I did that on purpose.
For what? For money?
She was scared. She was scared because she did something that she wasn't supposed to do. Honestly, I don't even know if I should be talking on this, but it's still an order of protection out. Like, I don't know if
Are you still on paperwork?
I get off parole in a few weeks.
Oh, all right.
I get off parole in a few weeks.
All right, so I'm not going to drop the episode until you get off parole. It's just that simple.
I get on parole in a few weeks, but yeah, I don't know what that was about. She did some really weird shit. She left, she came back, she made up a whole story for these people. She changed that story about 2-3 times. And even in court, she told them I lied, and she was impeached and all that.
What did she say? Just tell us one thing that she said.
She said that I made an action that I did not make.
What action?
She said I jumped up and stabbed my baby father.
Oh, like you did? Oh, yo, ah!
Yes. She made them people think I did that shit on purpose.
Okay, so
she told them a whole different story. A whole different story of what happened. Luckily for me, I had my crime scene photos, and I was able to paint out the picture and explain to them exactly what happened. Because y'all got this woman telling y'all that my daughter's father was standing here, but I'm going to use these pictures, the same shit y'all going to use, and I'm going to show y'all where he was at. And that's what I had to do. The bitch just was lying. I don't know why she went in there lying like that. She didn't have to do that. But
so her lie made
her
obviously
lie
the jury
that's all
believed
they had
her
to
more
go
than you.
off. Yes, I ain't speak to no jury. I didn't speak to nobody.
But you blew trial.
I blew trial from jury misconduct. That's a whole nother conversation.
Huh?
We didn't get to that.
Okay, what's jury misconduct?
Jury misconduct is when those jurors disregard everything the judge say to them, and they go in there and compromise your verdict because they don't want to come back to court. It's the end of the year. It's around Christmas and New Year's. They want to go on vacation. Mm-hmm. So they compromise the verdict. And that's what they did. That's
like, well, whatever. We don't care if she innocent or not. Just plead her guilty so we can get out of here.
Guilty. Mind you.
Was it an all-white jury?
No, it wasn't.
It was black people there too?
Black, Spanish, young girl my age.
And you never got to see them? They never got to see you?
Yes. Yeah.
You seen them, right?
I saw them.
You got to speak your piece in court, right?
Not. The only time I spoke in court is when I got sentenced, and I apologized to Darren's family and friends.
What did they say in court to you?
His two best friends was pretty much saying, you know, like this was what's the word they use? They wished me well. It was a lot of sarcasm. It was a lot of you took the greatest man in the world. It was a lot. They found a way to wish me well. One guy was a church guy. I don't remember everything verbatim that they said. Mm-hmm. And his oldest daughter, she was angry, she was upset, and I don't even care to.
So you're not speaking to that. Obviously, that family don't want nothing to do with you no more.
No.
And is that relationship with you and his family? Did it like manifest until the relationship your daughter have with that side of the family as well?
Yeah, and yeah, but I mean, I didn't really know them too well before that. That wasn't a family that was always around, so I wasn't expecting anything after. You know what I'm saying? I only had relationships with his oldest daughter and her mom, few of his friends. That's it. I didn't have close relationships with his family at all.
Wow. That's deep. I mean, when you're dealing with death and murder, it always get kind of
It wasn't crazy. Murder. I don't like to call it murder. Right. I hate that they called it murder. Right. I did not murder.
Someone lost their life.
Anyone.
Someone lost their life, and it was an accident.
Yeah.
But when someone is no longer here, it gets crazy.
It does.
Even when the person come home from doing it, even if it was a mistake, it gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's tricky.
It gets crazy, and that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand every bit of anger, hatred, confusion, every question they may have. I understand all of that because, like I said, everything happened so fast. Me and my baby father used to have a ball together. We used to have a great time together. We went out all the time. We was always out on the town. We always had little house parties or whatever. Our own, whatever. I was about to say something. I'm not going to say that. But you know what I'm saying? So if people was like, wait, what the fuck, happened like that? And the only people who was able to understand how it could have possibly happened was his friends and my friends because they knew what was happening behind closed doors. They didn't know everything, but some of them had witnessed some shit.
Is there anything that you would like to relate, say to the family right now on camera?
On camera?
Yeah.
I mean, I said it to the family in court.
That's it. But you're home now.
I am home now, and it's the same thing. I apologize. Mm-hmm. Nothing was intentional. And if they want answers, I'm the only person they're going to get answers from. And I'm willing to give them those answers. They need closure. But that's for when they're ready for that.
You don't feel like there's no closure? You did time for it. You spoke your piece.
They still don't know what occurred that night. That girl took the stand and she lied to everybody in that courtroom. They don't know.
But you said your piece.
I apologize. I didn't lead nobody through that.
Wow.
No, they don't know. And I mean, how they handle their loss is how they handle it. But when the time comes, if anybody wants any answers, I'm more than willing to give those answers. I will tell every single thing that happened that night.
So, now you blew trial. Mm-hmm. How much time did they give you?
15.
They gave you 15 flat.
15 in and 5 on parole, 5 on post.
So that's basically 20 years.
Yes.
So they gave you 20 years. Mm-hmm. 24-year-old girl with her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah.
Is now on the bus.
First time felon. Now I'm on the bus.
On the bus.
Yeah.
What jail did you go to?
Bedford Hills, New York State, maximum security.
24 years old and a max.
Yeah, I went up, when I blew trial, I was 26.
Oh, so you was 2 years on the island? You did 2 years on the island?
Almost 3 years.
3 years on the island, mm-hmm. Going back and forth to court?
Yes.
How was your experience on Rikers Island?
I mean, okay, so when I got there, everybody still had their regular clothes, so it was a lot of ass and titties out. It was like a jungle. It was a jungle. I was just like, whoa. Mm-hmm. It took me a little minute to adjust, but what I did when I got there, I played my bunk, okay?
That's your bed for the people who never seen
that's
jail.
That's your jail bed, the bunk.
We talk about bunk.
They put
Did
me.
You have a celly?
They put me. No. I was in a dorm.
Oh, okay.
I was in a dorm, and they put me right in the middle of all the old timers, which worked very well for me because I listen. Old timers know how to jail. Mm-hmm. This is who I need to be around. So
was you around? Not to cut you off. Was you around other jailies that was going upstate, or they was just doing Rikers Island time, but did upstate time?
I was with old timers who did time upstate, came back on another bid, girls my age who was waiting to go upstate, girls who was still fighting on trial. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right, so you continue on.
But yeah, Rikers Island, I heard the stories about all the fights with the officers and the bitches in there, but I got there at the end of it. They started putting the cameras in for PREA, which is the Prison Rape Elimination Act. So it was cameras everywhere.
So COs was actually raping female.
No, I don't know any of that.
You never seen that happening?
No.
They
used exactly. They used the word rape.
Yeah, because
they don't got no business fucking the inmates. That's why.
Right.
But They was throwing it. You know, they was doing their little ones.
All right, so let's just speak. Let's just speak about that real quick. How do a male officer?
You are funny.
How do a male officer get? You know, how can he get the inmate out her cell to have sex with her? And how many came back pregnant?
Oh, ain't nobody get pregnant while I was locked up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
Did you have a CO?
I would have had a look. No, I didn't. No.
You wanted one?
I wanted one in the beginning. I wanted one of them Rikers officers.
You was like, yeah, I want one of these. I need some of this.
I wanted one of them, but they was scared. The cameras was everywhere. They was like, nah, we can't. And the bitches started calling the people for every little thing. So they wasn't trying to mess with nothing new. If you was there for a few years and they didn't know you, they wasn't really
fucking with you.
Yeah.
Just in and out.
Yeah.
So okay, you leave Rikers Island. Now you on the bus to go to Bedford Hills.
Yeah.
Whole different ball game.
Yeah, so I heard all types of stories. They send you the shoe for everything. Don't do this, don't do that. You go in the shoe, blah, blah, blah. Bedford Hills was a high school campus with top flight security. That's exactly what it is. Bitches call it Camp Cupcake.
Camp Cupcake?
Yeah. If you can't make it through Bedford Hills, you can't make it anywhere. Don't let maximum security scare you because it runs like a medium. You know, so I wasn't scared. It wasn't scary. I don't know. Both of my parents are soldiers, so I'm built a little different. I was like, well, if I got to head to something, if I know I'm facing this, I'm going to head in.
So you never had no issues with no girls in the spot?
I had one chick on Rikers Island who got mad at me about some food. I was trying to feed her all I could feed her. And she had a whole issue with what I had in my cell versus what I was feeding her. I run the kitchen. I got to take this cart back, bitch.
Right.
That got out of hand. I ended up throwing hot coffee in this girl's face and almost went to jail for that.
A new charge.
Because it hit the officer in her face a little bit. And then there was just one other chick that I had popped on because I was on the phone with my mother and she kept screaming in my ear. But other than that, no.
What was she screaming about?
Her bail money that nobody sent. But I'm like, you in my ear, though. Have some respect. And that bitch was like, I don't give a fuck who you on the phone with. And I smacked dog shit out of her. Damn. I was on the phone with my mother.
So let's talk about the injustice that goes on in a woman's prison, though.
Please.
Real quick.
Where you want to start?
You tell me.
Where you want to start? You want to start with the new influx of the trannies?
I want to talk about the transgenders that's in there.
Okay, let's talk about it. Because I want to talk about that.
Okay. Speak about it.
Okay,
I don't know how to begin.
Bedford Hills right now is probably 45% trannies.
What?
Yeah.
That's half of the prison.
Exactly. They coming in. Non-binary. They could hit them with the non-binary.
What is that?
I don't identify as a woman.
So I could get arrested soon.
I mean, a man
here,
or a woman.
And I could say I'm not identified as a man.
Yes.
And they'll put me in a fucking female jail?
The dude from the city who got out for 2 bodies and came home and chopped that other lady up and was riding in his wheelchair. That nigga he got locked up and he told them I'm a lesbian and he's in Rosie's.
You talking about the one that just that had the lady in the crib and all that?
Yes.
And was on a wheelchair, chopped her up and put her in a suitcase outside.
And he had a leg on a leg. Yes, that's it. I identify as a lesbian, non-binary. I'm a trans woman.
I think, but Trump put an end to that. So I think that's over.
Well,
I think they can't do that no more.
If Trump is going to send them back, that might be the best thing possible because them niggas, they leave the men's jail and they claim that they leave in a men's jail for their own safety. But y'all putting men in women's facilities. So who's safe? We're not.
So it's straight men?
They're men. Dicks and all. They're men. These niggas got dicks. They're fucking. They get on the bus. They say, oh, I'm being sexually assaulted in Sing Sing. I identify as this. I want to go to Bedford Hills. Yes, that's what they do. The state is giving these niggas titties. I had beef with a nigga who was ex-military, shoulders broad as fuck, titties perkier than mine, and he's a grown man. And the thing, when they come to Bedford Hills, they get a new number. So these niggas is pulling up with a 22, 23 number. You think they just got locked up. They've been locked up 30 years.
Wow.
Yes, they've been locked up 30 years. So y'all care more about these niggas' safety because they're transgender, but you have women in this prison who are domestic violence survivors, rape survivors, assault survivors. So what makes y'all think it's okay to bring these niggas over here because they identify as a female?
And they just going to work. They getting all the chicks pregnant in there.
Like, this is what I'm saying.
They just going to work.
And then, at first, it was they got to go through the whole mental health thing. They got to make sure this is really what they want. And then it just turned into, hold up, this nigga is not a tranny. How did he get here? And then it's this whole, oh, no, all they got to say is they non-binary. What?
Wow.
Yeah. So before I left Bedford Hills, there was a dude, a gay dude. Nothing tranny about him. A gay dude up there running a house full of 59 bitches. Why you here?
What was he doing?
Why are you here? He wanted to be in charge. He brought his male prison antics with him. I'm telling you, it's disgusting. They fighting them bitches. First of all, they're not separated. We shower with them. They live with them. They shower with them. They live with them. Yes.
So, but how many females like that, though?
I mean, if they into that weird shit, mind you, I told you, some of them got titties. You know, they mental shit. They stuff them. They stuff shit in there. One boob bigger than the other. They wearing their makeup. If women was into that, some of them were really into that. Shit. Some of them was really into that. They were dating these tranny niggas. They like that. They do.
I had Aisha Hall up here, and she did time in the federal joint, and she was talking about how they used to make money off of the jailhouse dildos.
Oh yeah, I guess if you make them good.
Yeah, but how do y'all make? Tell me how you make a jailhouse dildo.
All right, so if you want it to be like sturdy, they would use like a plastic spoon, or I've seen a pen.
Not a gauze pad?
Listen, we didn't get to that.
All right, let's go.
No.
Right.
We just talk about like the base of it, right? And then you got to go get your pads. The pads is you going to make the size of it with those pads, depending on how the girl likes it. Okay, so you just wrapping pads around, squeezing them around.
Or a pencil.
A pen or a pencil. Or if you wanted to have a little hook in it, don't use nothing inside because it's going to hook. I done seen bitches get creative and make the veins with shoestrings. So you tie the shoestring around the pad, but then the blue glove is the skin. It's the glove. You gotta steal the gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you see a motherfucker with a bunch of blue gloves in the women's prison, you know they hitting it. They getting some action. But yeah, that's how they make it. Pen, spoon, or whatever, wrap it up with some pads, and you throw that glove over it, squeeze it, got you a nice,
a dildo, that's how you do that?
That's how you do that.
And females are selling those in the spot.
I mean, I ain't know anybody, and feds probably, but in state, you could probably get somebody to sell it to you if you don't know how to make it.
They do something like an inside of the radio and
what?
Yeah, she was telling me they put something inside.
Oh, well, you know, feds different, so I don't know what they was making.
They had the shit vibrating and all that.
See, we ain't learned that part.
See, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't hear that part. No, I ain't hear that part.
I'm gonna send you that clip. Maybe you
send me that clip. So I can let the ladies
girls
know.
Up in Bedford. You know what I mean? So, how you relate? Did you run into any other lifers that's never coming home?
Yes, I did, and I want to shout my ladies out.
Shout them out.
Tammy Eldridge, that's my girl right there, T.E. She's doing big things right now in the prison. Tammy, she been there for about 23 years. Right now, she just got her master's. She's trying to actually become a professor in the spot. She took over the STEP team. She's running the STEP team.
She black? She white?
She's black.
Spanish?
Tammy's black. Tammy is black. Old timer. OG.
And she's a lifer.
She's a lifer. Tam's a lifer. Pam Smart. Pam Smart's a big deal. She's a lot of people know that name, but Pam is a lifer. That's my girl too.
Now, none of these women that you got cool with was in there for killing kids, right? Killing their own kids?
No, I stayed away from them. I tried to not be so nasty and.
Who's all right? Who you seen that killed that?
It was a lot of them. It was a lot.
And how much time they had?
It was a lot. They don't get a lot of time. They don't. I mean, one girl threw the baby off the 13th floor window. She got 10 years.
Y'all don't, when y'all in these spots, y'all don't ask them why you did that? Or y'all don't even talk to them at all?
No, we do. Sometimes you want to know, like, yo, what happened? What made you do that? Some people don't ask. One time, I never asked nobody that myself, personally. Mm-hmm. I was walking with somebody before. She asked one of the young girls, like, why would you do that? And the girl was just like, so what? So what? Like, very
nonchalant, nasty about it.
Yes, very nonchalant, nasty about it. But I never asked any of them bitches myself, like, what made you do that? I kind of just tried to stay away from them. I mean, I had to talk to them every now and then, but it wasn't like we gonna be best friends. No. Like when I first got to Rikers Island, I was bad. Every time them bitches, I worked in commissary. Every time they came in there, I was being very, very bad and disrespectful.
But how you knew who they was?
They lived in PC. They was in certain buildings, 2 or 4.
They only put certain child killers in certain areas.
Yeah.
So you know everybody that's coming from this spot, they did something.
That's the baby killer building. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's different. That's
and
different.
It's crazy though because it hits home. Like up there, I'm meeting young girls from Brooklyn, young girls from Queens, the Bronx. Like, what the fuck? What happened? And a lot of times it's over a nigga. They did it because the dude didn't want to be with them. They put it on Facebook. Oh, fuck you, I just killed the baby. Shit like that. And it's a lot of times it's because of the guy. Some of them say postpartum. Postpartum depression is a very serious topic, very sensitive topic, so I can't downplay that.
Right.
But yeah. And then a lot of them get up there and they say they there for robbery or drug charges. They will make up a whole story.
But they in there because they
knowing you know that they in here for killing a child.
But the shit done made the news.
It's always public.
Wow.
It's always public. Wow. But I mean, like, you know, Bedford Hills is a disgusting place.
Let's talk about it.
Right now, it's really, really nasty. So for starters, it's no staff. No staff means inmates don't get to do what they need to do. Programs is cut short. So you got school, college being cut short. You got these recreational programs being cut short. They already cut short vocational programs. I don't know about Albion upstate. They probably didn't cut them up there because them folks up there, yes, Albion is all the way upstate. It's deep and it's ran by a different type of people. Them white folks got Albion and they run it way different. Them
Klansmen up there.
They run that shit different. So Bedford Hills and Taconic, there's no programs. They probably get to go to the yard once a day. And I mean, technically they say we only entitled 1 hour of rec, but as per directive, paperwork, you got rec on the schedule 3 times a day.
Right.
They can't move around. They can't do what they need to do because there's no staff.
Right.
Women is not making it to law library. Law library is closed. Legal mail's coming in. Deadlines have to be made. They can't get done what they need to get done because it's no staff. So there's no officer in law library.
So who do you contact you know, when this is happening?
I mean, you got prisoners' legal services.
Do they respond to the inmates?
They respond to you, but they can only help with certain things. So sometimes people will reach out to them about a matter that they can't help. Like a no staff thing, you would more so have to make that into a complaint. They got to make that a big deal for like PLS and the Outsiders, Hoku and all of them to like really pay it some mind.
How's the food? And then like
prison,
the food trays, is it like a little bit, they like malnutrition? Like how are y'all eating?
Like everything. So for the people who got to go to the mess hall, my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, because everybody don't have family.
Everybody don't have family. And not only that, you know, the state still pays slave wages. Highest paying job in Bedford Hills, I believe, is like 45 cents or maybe something an hour.
What's that, like $30 a month?
Yeah, like they got but the DMV girls, maybe they could make $1, something like that. It starts at 10 cents, you know? So
you said
the mess hall, that's probably the highest pay, $1 an hour. But think about people in a mess hall, 10 cents, 14 cents an hour. In the state, people cannot take care of themselves. So those who don't have family, that mess hall is disgusting. Everything is in a bag. It's like slop. Comes in these big bags. They heat it up in big boiling things of water. So if it's not solid, it came in a bag. The beef patty might be edible. Italian sausage. Everybody loves the chicken wings. But Rikers Island has way better meals than the state. And that's crazy because Rikers Island is just a holding jail.
Right.
Yeah. But you eat much better. Not gonna say healthier.
On Rikers Island.
On Rikers Island. The state is just straight slop. They'll try to give you vegetables. You might get one slice of bread because right now the state is running out of food. That's the thing, yeah. Where you go to the mess hall and they'll tell you, don't ask for extra bread because we don't have it. Well, this bitch don't have no food upstairs. So you giving her food, you feeding her dinner at 4:00 and all she wants is some bread so she could eat tonight. Don't ask for no bread. People was in that they in there starving.
They starving them out.
They starving. It's bad. It's really bad. So between the no staff, the no food, they done took Keep Block, so everybody is losing their fucking mind. And once y'all took Keep Block...
What's that? What's Keep Block?
So Keep Block is a lockdown. You get a ticket or whatever. Let's say you got into a fight. You go to your hearing, blah, blah. They give you 30 days Keep Block, which means you staying in your cell. You in your cell. You don't have to go to SHU, but you Keep Block in your cell. You only come out to go to rec. Shower, rec, and program. If they let you go to program. So the state took that. When the state took Keep Block back, it's a lot of violence. So
now you're going straight to the hole. Since they took Keep Block, you're going straight to the hole.
Sometimes. It depends on what you do. Because you might go back to your cell. You might go back to your cell and come on the next movement and bump into the bitch you just fought and fight her again. And then it happens all day. And then when that happens all day, they shut the jail down. I got to go to school at 6:30 on 6:30 movement, but I can't go on a movement because y'all officers, it was a fight. Y'all shut the whole jail down.
Wow.
Yeah, now nothing is moving. Oh, no staff. They can't protect anybody in the jail. The ratio is crazy. Yeah, so everybody's always locked in.
So how do you change that, though? Like, you bring in awareness, but how do you change it?
Now, the only way I can change it out here is advocating. But I need the woman in there to also advocate for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I can go off. I just came home. I spent 6 years in Bedford Hills. I worked grievance. I worked ILC, which is Inmate Liaison Committee. So I was very close to admin. I know how it works in that prison. I can advocate. But the problem is women don't advocate for themselves. They gonna want to hear from them in those jails.
How many times they allow you to take showers?
You could take a shower anytime.
Anytime you want?
Anytime.
Is the shower rooms clean in there?
No. The shower rooms are infested with like little worms. And little worms coming through the cracks of the floor, drain bugs. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Superintendent, she ain't really caring about it. She told them, y'all keep complaining about it and y'all gonna go down to 3 showers a week? Yeah. So, you know, prisons are a secret society.
Right.
They really are. And I'm happy that the awareness came out after the situation in Marcy.
Right.
Because that happens every day.
That happens every day. Are they doing that in female prisons
yes,
too?
They are.
They killing female inmates?
No, I mean, they not killing them, but they beating them.
For serious? Men?
Yes.
Men correction officers beating women?
Yes. Men correction officers. Big motherfuckers.
Yeah, the mountain men.
Yeah, the ones who's not going to argue with the tranny that he knew when he worked in Sing Sing. He will beat that girl. Yes, I've seen shit where it was one kid, this little kid was like 20 years old. She got into some shit. The officers ended up beating her, locked her up, didn't even let her call her family. Her mother had to come to the jail and pull on a visit to find out what was going on with her daughter. Yeah. One girl, she left Bedford Hills perfectly fine, went up to Albion with them folks, came back, and she's dragging her ankle because they done broke this girl's foot. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. But as far as them putting their hands on them females, they don't give a fuck. That's what they do in there. And a lot of times it's not a female officer doing it. It's a man.
That's crazy.
It's a man. They're very nasty out of their mouths. Very nasty, very disrespectful. They're not mindful or considerate of anything that those women are going through. And there's a lot of mental health. A lot of mental health crisis going on in jails. A lot of mental illness. And officers have a good way of breaking them people down in there.
Right.
They really do.
So we could do this all day.
All day.
Right? We could have a part 2 to talk about the evils that go on behind the wall in the female penitentiaries, because this is people need to know this too. It's not just going on in the men's prisons.
No,
it's going on in all of them, the women's too. And I feel like a lot of women is like, a lot of female prisons, we don't talk about that a lot.
We don't.
We don't talk about how women is behind the wall and they forgot about. And a lot of them is doing lifetime bids for over a guy because they didn't want to tell. A lot of girls is up there because they didn't tell.
Yep. Yeah.
So they gave them a shitload of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So what you doing currently with yourself?
I'm trying to reintegrate into the world. You know, it's really different out here. Good thing I'm tech savvy and I could keep up. But as of right now, I'm about to put my book out there. I wrote a novel. So I'm gonna get my book published.
What's the name of the book?
Enemies Even Closer. Enemies Even Closer. That's gonna be out there really soon. I'm working on that. And I'm just trying to get on the right track. I'm trying to stay out of the things that my old ways, as far as, you know, being in them streets, being outside.
You don't got no man, right?
No, I don't. I'm single.
Well, you 9 years, no man, 6 months home.
Over the years, I'm not gonna front. I had a lot of exes who was pulling up, wasting my time.
Men?
Yeah, and I was the one in prison and they was selling me dreams, you know?
Like, yo, when you come home, I'm gonna do this.
It didn't make any sense. Yeah, we gonna be together, whatever. Some of them was talking about marrying me, and I was like, why didn't you marry me when I was home? Why do you want to marry me now?
They wanted them visits.
I didn't want those visits. I wanted to come home. I wasn't looking forward to those visits. And not for nothing, I had a girl my whole time. My whole 6 years in Bedford.
You had a girl in Bedford?
Yes, I did. Erica, that's bad.
How did y'all meet?
We met in that jail in Bedford Hills, right in the dorm. Right in the dorm was a little sneaky link. She told a girl, come say something, and it was up from there. It was up from there,
so
but...
you was getting your shit off in there. You had a girl in there.
Yes.
So
I couldn't have a man in there. The officers ain't want
So a lot of women go in there straight, and then next thing you know, they dealing with women.
Yes, that's called gay for the stay.
Yeah, gay for stay.
Gay for the stay.
They out here, they gay for pay out in the street. They gay for the stay behind the wall.
Yeah.
Wow. So you was gay for
No, I was not gay for the stay. I knew you was going to go there. I knew you was going to go there with that. Okay, I'm a bisexual woman. I was not gay for anybody's stay. Okay?
So you bisexual?
Baby's still around. And when baby come back around, when she come home,
you gonna marry her?
Nah, we not gonna get married. I don't want to get married. That's my baby though. It's my baby.
All right, let the world know where you find you out on Facebook and Instagram. Stuff like that.
Facebook, y'all can hit me up, Marita McDonough, MERITA McDonough. Instagram at Gooch_still_gorgeous. Hit me up, follow me. Any domestic violence awareness, I'm saying there's a lot of young girls out here that's going down the wrong path. So feel free to hit me up if you even need a scared straight talk for a little sister, a friend, a cousin, even a young man. You know what I'm saying? Even a young man. I feel free. I would love to talk to these men.
Free the girls, too.
Free
the girls. Talk about
free
it,
the
man.
girls.
They're going to look at it like,
free the girls. Free the girls. Oh, my God. Where do I start? All right. First of all, we're going to free E. Wayne, because that's bae, all right? After E. Wayne, damn. It's no order. I'm going to just shout all my bitches out. All my bitches in Bedford. All my guys in Bedford. Deja, Mousy, Rap, Cheyenne, My godmother, Marita, yeah, they transitioning. I can't call them she.
They transitioning from women to
men. Yes.
So why they don't send them to?
They can't go to Sing Sing.
No, why?
They not going to Sing Sing. You know damn well, no, they not going to Sing Sing. They could have.
Send Diane to Sing Sing.
They could have them big beards and all. Niggas ain't trying to hear you got testosterone. They gonna bend that ass over.
Bend that ass.
Let that pussy breathe.
Yo,
all
right, shout them out, though,
but you know, everybody, man, I love y'all. Pammy, Tammy, it's so many of them still up there. Tiny, I can't keep going. I can't. My girl Faye, it's iconic. Mo, free my girls, Kima. Everybody, get them out of there. I'm on JPay. Yes, I am. I'm on Securus. I set it out.
I had to check.
Yes, I am.
You just ain't talking. I
am in touch. I'm about it.
So you already know what it is, man. It was nice having you.
I'll be back.
This is going to be a dope episode when I drop it after you get off parole. Because we don't want no bullshit coming back.
A few weeks. And let me put that on the record, please. My name is not on anyone's paperwork. I came home on a domestic violence resentence. 5 years in, 5 years out. Do your math. I gave them 9 years. Came home about 13 months on parole. Half and half. So I'll be off parole and I'll be traveling the world this week.
And she ain't a rat.
Yeah, I stood on business. I did my time.
She probably, you know what?
Harder than a lot of you niggas. Yo. That's what he wants to say, yes.
Moving forward, Brooklyn, we out. Whew. Thank you. You all right, man?
I'm good.
You got it out your system?
I wish I could have said everything.
Yo, why you couldn't say